I was kind of worried at first because I'd never done nothing like this before, and I was, it wasn't in my wheelhouse. I'm a welder fabricator. Typically, that's what I do here at SPL. So it's a complete opposite, but it's been great. I really got into it. I've had the opportunity to do a lot of stuff with the history of the prison, and so that's been something that I've been, very interested in, and it seems like people are enjoying it. Episode by episode, we talk about the different, like the relationships in here, friendships, how people are so, they care so much about their families at home, and they feel terrible because they're in here and they can't, be there for them. But we try to make the best of it while we're in here and try to better ourselves every day. And so we just kind of want to get that out there and show the world that that's what's going on in here. I feel like when people on the streets think about prison, they think about like what they see in the movies, and they about like, all the crazy stuff, killings and stuff like that. And it's not like that. I mean, there is some of that somewhere, some places, but it's not like the movies, man. There's a lot of good people in here, and I just want to kind of change people's. I just want to kind of change that stigma that people have about this place, just kind of help humanize the guys in here.
My cellie who actually got out on clemency, we lived together. We were partners in doing a lot of community work here and outside of the prison. And it kind of just evolved into a process where we were like, okay, well, let's build a team and let's try to create something that can actually change the narrative. I think it's a little bit more unique in terms of what we're doing. There's a lot of podcasts out there, but this is just the continued work of what Hoffman and McCoy were doing. We're just doing it now in an audio way to be able to detail what's going on inside of prison, the lives that are being touched, people that are struggling, change the narrative about prisons. There's a lot of nasty narratives, and a lot of the shows on TV are kind of like, it's for drama, it's for ratings, but in reality, people's lives don't necessarily operate like that. We have staff members who have been interviewed on this podcast. They're sharing their lives. They're talking about things that they deal with coming in here as a first timer. All of that stuff will be detailed on the podcast. And what's unique about what our future is that we're trying to create a full-scale media lab here where we can actually teach people skills, because journalism, as your profession, is in interviewing and sound design like Zach does. All of those things are like real skills that people can utilize in the world and make them a better person. And we can cut into recidivism by educating people. So this is not about just table talking. It's about giving people a skill, giving people the opportunity to take the narrative, change their lives by doing something new, and sharing stories. I used to create and record. I still do from time to time, but my wife and I call home over the phone and actually post audio recordings of a podcast that I do from time to time about just my journey of being incarcerated, and also detailing my transformation and edifying people. It's all about lifting people. And so I was doing that for about 3 years. It started right before COVID. I needed something to actually help me keep my head clear. And I was trying to create an outlet in order for me to give back and stuff like that. So I've been locked up 16 years. I'm serving a lengthy sentence for manslaughter, for murder in the first degree. And so, but my life has changed dramatically. And so I'm using that and all my skills and my voice to give back. That's what we're doing.
It's been nothing but positive stuff on the inside for people. Nothing but positivity. People enjoy it. It's all positive in here. We're just trying to do something to bring positivity to this place and just show everybody out there that it's not like what you see, man. It's not like what people talk about or see in the movies, So, but yeah, what you should know about just that we're trying to do something different. We don't want to be like a traditional podcast, So it's not going to be like anything else that you've seen or heard, So.
Listen to the podcast.
You can see over here behind you that there's a whole whiteboard of storyboarding out the first season, and there were 200 recordings, I want to say, before we even started, putting together episodes. And so we have a really collaborative process, and Vic and I might have an idea that's not on the board, and we come and we say, hey, this is what we're thinking. What do you think? And it's definitely a joint effort. And then also with Zach, I think, we give Zach free reign to do the sound design because they're freaking amazing at it.
Great.
And so then we'll listen to clips and give feedback, here and there about like, oh, it's a little too loud in this part or whatever.
Okay.
But as far as Damar and Red and Anthony, who's on the outside, and obviously Vic on the outside, like we meet weekly on that television screen via Zoom, and sometimes multiple times a week. Like lately, it's been 2, 3, even 4 times a week. There's been some kind of meeting where we're collaborating. So the pieces that are scripted are all collaborative.
Okay.
Somebody starts it and then others give feedback. Everything I feel like everything we've done has been extremely collaborative, and I don't want to put anything out that these guys haven't blessed and put their stamp on.
Through our friendship, we started developing a really dope friendship, and throughout that, we got to learn more about each other. And in the midst of that, this is when Damar got to meet Vic at the graduation. And at this time, me and Damar were cellies. And so the cool thing about what happened there was DOC wanted us to have a sponsor, and we just didn't know who to go to or where to get one. And we hear about this guy that started his own production company, and we're like, man, this is super cool, right? And so we first heard about a guy named Rodney Outlaw. So we was gonna try to reach out to Rodney Outlaw and see like what could he do to help us out. And we seen a bunch of stuff that he was doing in the community, learning a lot about running waters and his nonprofit that he has. And then Vic came back into the prison, and this is a person that's been through our experience. This is a person that's been through prison. And he was like, hey, I got this production company, and Damar connected a little, and it was like, would you help us create this thing? So it went from me and Damar trying to work on this thing to now me, Damar, and Unincarcerated working on this thing. So one of our dreams was to change the narrative and the perceptions of what people think about prisoners.
Gotcha.
Like, we're people with ideas. We try to stay up to date with pop culture. We try to stay up to date with what's happening in the world. Our goal has always been to reach the community as well as reaching the inside community.